Morning. Hi, hello. For those of you that don't know, if this is your first time, put it over in chat that this is your first time because I see some new to me faces. Welcome, welcome. I am Valorie Lewis, the psychic medium. This is Magical Monday Manifestations. We do this every Monday morning. Always free to join, always enjoy you all joining me. And Magical Monday Manifestation is a group and collective consciousness card pool. I pull from tarot first, and then I also pull from oracle cards. Nicole, this is going to be fun. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit since we did have those tech glitches. Hi, Kelly. I see you said that you're a newbie. Since we did have those tech glitches, and since you are already co-hosted, my normal co-host Jacqueline Fries, most of you are aware. I'm not sure if she's here today. She's also having tech issues with her computer. She's locked out. She can't get on. I wasn't sure if she was going to join by phone or not. I know I'm rambling a bit, y'all. If you're new, get used to it. This is how I do. But since Nicole is already co-hosted due to the tech glitches, and I know that Nicole also sometimes usually pulls tarot cards along with us, I might be calling on you. I might be calling on you for whatever for insight and additional input, since I know you are an amazing tarot reader. How do I know? Because she took one of my classes. So she's a certified tarot reader, certified through one of my certification classes. So hello, welcome back to the point. We pull tarot cards and then we move on to oracle cards. We allow spirit's messages to come through on these Monday mornings to give us guidance so that we can co-create. I am all about creating, manifesting, making your reality what you want your reality to be with. And the best way to do that is to co-create with the universe, spirit, source, God, whatever you call that energy that's bigger and more expansive than we are in our human forms, but that we are also a part of, that we are also linked up to, that we are also a manifestation of source walking around in these bodies, but a divine piece of source. How do we get to that divinity in our life? How do we start creating it in a way that feels like we're actually active, creative participants in this thing we call life? Well, that's why we come together every Monday morning to see if we can get some insight on that. So, tarot cards and then oracle cards. Oh, yay, Charlie. Charlie's reading tarot too. I think I heard you mention that a couple of times. And Jesse reading tarot. I love it. I love it. So as I've begun to explain on these calls, it is a collective card pull, but it's also collective based upon who shows up on these live events. If you're watching this on YouTube or otherwise on a replay, just know that these messages are for you because Spirit is directing you to these messages. However, I give preference for the group energy that I get on these live calls first, and then we go to the collective of everyone second. So I ask you to focus your energies, your intentions, your asks, your wants, your desires for just a brief moment, settling into what is it you really want or what is it you really need from today's reading, allowing those energies to rise up within you, to surge, so that I can gain access to them with Spirit's help, so that we can hopefully answer and direct the messages that are received to be an answer to the energies that are present. And when you feel like you have held that energy, intention, ask, want, desire for long enough, I want you to release it to the universe with the understanding that everything is always answered. So let's tune in and see what answers come through from Spirit. We're starting with tarot cards first. And the deck I'm pulling from is the Light Seers Tarot. Before I move any further, I'm going to take just a moment to put my contact information into the chat. If you are new here, you can also find me across the socials on Instagram. As I mentioned, this is always live stream over to YouTube. Got a couple of specials. 30-minute sessions are only $75. My psychic development course is coming up on March 2nd. If you're interested in taking psychic development with me, you can sign up for that. And you can also get a free ebook from me about 2025, what it has in store for you and how you can find your personal tarot card of the year to give you a little bit of guidance. That's all over there in the chat. So let's get into today's reading. From the tarot, think I'm on a spotlight so you all can see the cards. This card for today, this beautiful Monday, February 24th. Did y'all enjoy 222? A little bit of a vortex with those angel numbers over the weekend. I wonder how you all felt those energies. I'm trying to get rid of the blur. Did not realize I have a blur. Not saying I have a blur, it's just blurry. Interesting. 3 of Pentacles. There is something going on with my camera. And we just can't spirit. You told me to come on here and talk to the people. Can you make it easy for me? Jesus, Jiminy, every kind of technical thing. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I've got everything turned off as far as I know. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. Portrait lighting. That's what I want to set off. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. Threes in the tarot for me are always community-based or a coming together of some kind of something or other. In this case, Pentacles, we start right off with talking about what are we going to manifest? Pentacles is earth energy. Pentacles is talking about how you move about, interact with things that are physically manifested on this earthly plane. Pentacles often is represented by a coin and often represents money matters, or as I like to say, anything that we place value upon, because we know that our life is what we create. And just because it typically represents money, it's a bigger, more all-inclusive suit in the tarot. It's what you place value upon, which generally for humans, we place a lot of value upon monetary things, but it doesn't have to just be monetary things. So the 3 of Pentacles, where is your community? You've been trying to do something for a very long time, maybe trying to get something to manifest, maybe trying to enjoy your manifestations in a way that feels comfortable for you, maybe trying to work with money matters. This card is coming up at the beginning of this week to say, Spirit is saying, the message that I'm hearing, Spirit is saying, I see the work you've done. You've done very well on your own. You're now at a point where you can call in others, whatever that means to you. Maybe you were safeguarding it because your energy just needed to hold this thing for yourself and work on manifesting for yourself for whatever you needed to work through personally on your own journey. Or maybe there was another reason why you felt like, I just need to keep this to myself for a while. But this message is coming in to say whatever you were working on, and this is specific, so you're going to know what it is. It's time to bring it to the light and to call in others. I get this card when it's time to call in helpers for me, because you see they're all centrally focused on this tapestry, making this beautiful tapestry, but each one has their own individual job. And it's highly likely that whatever you are trying to bring to the light, there's someone else who's also trying to bring it to the light. And the 2 of you are the missing puzzle pieces to fully bring this thing to the light. So maybe you have somebody that's really good at social media and you suck at social media, but maybe you're really good at public speaking. And both of you have these unique talents where you can help each other out. Maybe you're going to actually collaborate on a project to help each other bring that single project to light. Or maybe it's just a collaboration behind the scenes. Can you tell me how you do that thing that you do so well? Yeah. Can you tell me how you do that thing that you do so well? Yeah. And by sharing that knowledge behind the scenes, you're able to go back into your project and fully bring it to light in the way that you intended to bring it to light. So this is definitely, where are your helpers? This is Spirit saying you don't have to do it alone. How can you collaborate? How can you find those pieces, those people with special skills and talents that the universe is gifting to you to help you with this? No, Valorie, I'm an independent woman. I'm a badass. I can do it myself. That's what my brain says to me. I don't need nobody else. That message is for everybody else. I'm good. I'm a self-starter. Are you though? Because I don't think you heard me when I pulled up the first card. This is Spirit in my head. Really? I said find other people, and you still, okay, let me give you another card. 6 of Pentacles. Same suit. Same message. Different way. Are you going to receive it? Let me tell you how it's coming through this time. Giving and receiving is the message of the 6 of Pentacles. Sometimes we need to give and sometimes we need to receive. You see that infinity sign kind of overlaying, swirling around in the smoke? Infinite possibilities are available. You're somewhere in that cycle of infinite possibilities. You're somewhere in that cycle of realizing your power to manifest. But you're also part of a community, part of a society, part of a family, part of a friends group. Isolating yourself is not your path right now, as much as you want to. Giving and receiving, Six of Pentacles, is putting it in a different light. Are you sharing your gift, or are you holding it, keeping it to yourself? That's the giving. The receiving, are you so damn stubborn that you will not allow yourself to receive help from other people, from the other spiritual divine gifts, from the other pieces of my divinity that I have put into human form that are walking this earth, that are seeking the light, that are sharing the light? Look at all these little sparks of divinity. This is spirit, this is source. Look at all these sparks of divinity walking around. Imagine a bunch of fireflies, because this is how spirit is showing it to me in my eyes. There's these fireflies all over this field, all shining their light. But when these fireflies all decide to come together in one thing, that's a ball of light that's unmistakably bright, that can light the whole field instead of a little bit of light on this flower and a little bit of light on this blade of grass. They come together collectively and can light the whole field. So when you are saying, no, I can do it myself, that's great, you can. There's so much light that you can spread in this world for yourself. But how much more can you illuminate when you come into community, a friends group, a project, a collaboration? How much more light can that light, so how much further can it spread? How much more can you illuminate when you take like-minded lights and put them together? Giving and receiving. Is it time for you to receive the divine sparks of light that spirit has put out here for our benefit? Is it time for you to receive from them? Is it time for you to allow yourself to be poured into, to allow yourself to be in collaboration, to allow your light to shine brighter because you are allowing yourself to receive from others? It's all about giving and receiving in a cycle. And as light workers, we get so headstrong, stubborn, blinders on our path of, this is my mission, this is what I'm meant to do. It absolutely is, but you don't have to do it in seclusion. There's so many of us trying to do the same thing. And maybe it's time to receive. Maybe you need to receive abundance. Maybe you need to receive support. Maybe you need to receive words of affirmation. And you tell yourself, I'm not supposed to care about the opinions of others. I don't need anybody to affirm me. Maybe you need to receive words of affirmation and support because you're fucking human. Yes, you're a light worker. Yes, you're a divine spark, but you also came to be human. And that human part of you likes that words of affirmation. You came to be part of a community. Giving and receiving, where are you at in this cycle? Are you cutting off your ability to receive the things that you've asked for from the universe because you've closed one of the doors inadvertently? Because you've said, I can do this myself, and so you've closed that door of help and support and affirmation. And in closing that door, you've also closed off some of the things that you've been asking for. When we allow ourselves to receive fully all of the gifts of the universe, we allow ourselves to receive fully all of the gifts of the universe. When we pick and choose what we're going to receive and what we're going to give, and we're not in that flow, welcome to the life that you have been currently living. Because that's how it feels. Sometimes I'm in the flow and sometimes I'm not. It's all about this. Sometimes I'm giving and receiving the way I was meant to, and sometimes I'm not. That's what it is. Giving and receiving. All right, I heard you. I got it. I'm not going to be stubborn no more. I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be all the things I came here to be. And then what, Valorie? Then do I finally get to the good stuff? Well, you get closer. King of Wands. Wands. Creativity. Inspiration. Standing in your own power. Look at strength. The lion. Strength behind this individual. What kind of strength? Inner strength. That's inner strength showing up personified. in the form of a lion. This is what you have to look forward to. This is the energy that is awaiting you. Once you get out of your own way, this is the energy that you are stepping into. And this is the energy that you have been afraid of losing by asking for help. Afraid of looking less than, afraid of looking incompetent, afraid of how can I be a leader if I need help to do the things that I need to do. All of those things that you have been afraid to ask for help for. I can't lead these people if I have to ask them to help carry the load. I can't do this if I have to ask for help. All of those reasons that have kept you from asking for help, Spirit gave this message first. Ask for it, and then this is the response. We've been putting the cart before the horse. You can't stand in your own power if you can't be part of the flow. Get in the flow and realize that is where your power lies. Giving and receiving, being part of this divine flow, this part of this cosmic game that Spirit has set up for us, puts you in your power. It doesn't detract from it. It doesn't remove you from your power. It puts you in your power. This King of Wands energy is about understanding king. King of what? Self-proclaimed king of self? No, king. King in the way he walks in this world. King in the messages that he shares and the followers and the people that lead him. There are others involved. How can you be a king if you keep isolating yourself from the others? How can you be a leader if you keep isolating yourself from those that you're trying to lead? The giving and receiving is key. Those things that you think will go away if you ask for help are actually the things that will be accentuated, magnified, amplified if you ask for help. It will put you in your power. King of Wands. What is next? What happens after we step into our power? Death and rebirth. If you have been living your life not fully embracing who you are, and then you decide to fully embrace, or at least try your best to embrace some of who you truly are, and you step into this power, what dies? That version of yourself that was less than. Those voices in your head that said, don't do that, danger, danger, go back. That's what dies. What's reborn? That version of yourself that you've been trying to be for a while now. What's reborn? Those manifestations that have been held off because we haven't quite figured out how to get there. This is how we get there. This is the path. The version of you that doesn't have the things that you want in your life needs to die so that the version of you that gets to have all of the things that you want can be reborn. The version of you that is currently complaining about any situation in your life does not have the capacity to hold what you are asking for. That's why there are complaints, and that's why there is resistance. When that version goes away and a new version emerges, this new version has the capacity to receive, to give, to be in flow, to hold those bigger things that you're asking for. So it's two versions of you that are competing for life right now. One of them is the version that cannot hold, does not have the capacity, the wherewithal, the energy to hold what you've been asking for. But that's the version you're comfortable with. That's the version you've been with for a very long time. That's me, you scream to the universe. That's the old you that needs to go away so that the new you can be born. So that the new you can have those things that you've been asking for and more. So that's the death and rebirth. This week, all in 1 week, Spirit? Are we doing this in 1 week? Are you giving us some time for the death and rebirth? That sounds big. Whew. Let me see. I'm asking for a time frame on this death and rebirth. Here's what I'm hearing. You're ready. The death process, this is what I'm hearing right now from Spirit. The death process has has been drawn on too long. It's as if you put that old version of yourself on life support. There's nothing left to that version of yourself, but you continue to keep it on life support. Spirit is saying, yeah, I'm a big Grey's Anatomy fan. Spirit is saying they want us to sign the DNR for that old version of ourselves. They want us to disconnect it, grieve it. It's going to be painful. But that version of ourselves has been gone, and we just haven't acknowledged it. And that's why we're in this cycle of feeling angsty, anxious, not getting there, on the hamster wheel. It's already gone, is what Spirit is telling me. So how long will this process of death and rebirth start or take? I am getting a week or so. I'm not getting that this is the beginning of it. This is the end of it. We just need you to sign that DNR, let that version go, and you're already into the rebirth because you've done the work. What is the last card? I usually pull 5 cards in a straight line. For those of you who've asked before, do I pull it in a spread? No, I pull them in a straight line. 9 of Swords is the last thing. The last card. Death and rebirth followed by 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is what I call the insomniac card. We see this pillow. She's not laying on it. It's night. She's up. She's awake. Swords is your thinking brain. Swords are your thoughts, also communication, but in this case, it's your thoughts. And her thoughts have given her so much anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, regret that she can't sleep at night. I call this the insomniac card. 9 of Swords. Swords represented by the crows. But notice that there's one white coming in. I see that as hope. Even though she's this distraught that she can't sleep, there's still a little bit of hope. There's still a ray of light coming from the divine. There's still divine messages trying to get to her past all the worry, doubt, fear that's trying to fight it. There's still divinity trying to get in. So after the death and rebirth, are we going to have some doubts about that step we took? Are we going to wonder if maybe we shouldn't assign that DNR so quickly for our old self? Are we going to wonder if that old self had something that maybe I could still benefit from? Maybe I moved on too quickly. Yeah, we're going to have those doubts and worries and fears. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. 9 of Swords. Don't let it worry you so much that you stay up at night, because Spirit is saying this is the path. This is what you need to do. And it's only our human comfort with that old version of ourselves that's going to get in our way. Those doubts, because we're moving into unknown territory with a new version of ourselves, and that feels very uncomfortable. And all of this is saying, go back to comfort, go back to safety. And this is saying, don't do that. This is where you are. Is this where you want to be? No. We want to move on to hope. Is there any other messages coming through from the 9 of Swords? There is. And I'm being told to go to the book because I'm not quite understanding. 9 of Swords. In the book, the keywords are nightmares, worry, feelings of depression or anxiety, insomnia, fear, an opportunity to find courage, an opportunity to step into that King of Wands with that big lion behind him. A time to focus on safety and the things that are going well in your life. What's keeping you up at night, sweet seer? This card suggests a time in your life when negative thoughts are gaining momentum and when you may find yourself expending too much energy worrying about the future. Now that makes sense to me following this death and rebirth card. So you've decided to let the old person die and you're in the rebirth, and now what? It's what you ask yourself. As you adopt this new version of yourself, now what? How do I walk with these legs? What clothes does this new version wear? I'm a new person. What do I do now? Do I stay in the same job, the same relationship, the same career? Do I wear the same clothes? Do I need to change everything? Can the old me go away and the new me still keep the wardrobe because clothes are really expensive? Like now what? Is all of that now whatting causing you fear and anxiety that you don't need to be worrying about? Worrying about the future. You're expending too much energy worrying about the future. Perception is everything, so don't allow negative self-talk to trip you up. If a pessimistic mindset spirals wildly out of control, it can lead to anxiety, stress, or depression, even when your thoughts carry no truth. Anxiety never carries truth. I know this, and I still experience anxiety, but I know this. Are you imagining the worst instead of activating the best? It didn't say, are you imagining the worst instead of imagining the best? It said, are you imagining the worst instead of activating the best? Think about what that phrase to you means. How can I activate the best scenario in this situation? This is the last card of the week. So as you process all of this, move through all of this, where you're going to land is with these questions. Now that I'm here, now that I've shed this version, or I'm in the process of shedding this version, called in my helpers, I'm in the flow. Now that I'm here, how can I activate the best scenario going forward instead of worrying about what might go wrong? Activating is a key word for me. It didn't say think about, imagine, it said activate it. Flip your perspective and send nurturing, loving thoughts to your situation to overcome any disturbing thoughts. Look to the light in your situation and notice that even the tiniest window of brightness can keep fear at bay. This is italicized. Use your light to expose the illusions and allow worries to dissipate and soften as your bad dreams are illuminated for what they really are. And then the affirmation is, I see my fears as the illusions they are. What a powerful week ahead we all have. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to look over in the chat real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. A lot of lovely messages. Nicole, while I'm looking at the chat, what's the one card that you pulled that resonated?
I didn't pull the card. I just felt into what your line of the cards. So that's when I said, like, as soon as that Nine of Swords came up, it was, hey, by doing this work of the Death card, you will break that cycle in your thoughts and in your mind and in your voice. I'm sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me. To move in out of that lower vibration and into the higher, because that is the death and the rebirth. So that is what I felt into it.
Yes. Love it. I love it. Doing the work of the Death card, you will break the cycle of your thoughts that have held you in the lower vibration. Absolutely. Okay. Love all of the comments going over in chat. As we move into the oracle cards for today's reading, which I'm just looking at the time, these oracle cards, we're going to have to breeze through pretty fast. I asked you to focus on anything, any questions or things that might be coming up for you that you would still like clarity on. I saw somebody put over in the chat that they got some clarity around the situation from the tarot cards already. But if there's anything still hanging out there for you, put your questions over in the chat. If I can get to them directly, I will. But I will definitely pull on the collective energy to try to give more succinct answers as we move into pulling oracle cards. Someone said they've been feeling stagnant and want to be better. Stagnation is not a bad place to be. It's what I've learned. Stagnation is a signal to me. It's a question for me. It's something I get curious about. I didn't used to. I used to fight it tooth and nail. I used to scream to the heavens, why am I on this hamster wheel? But now I get curious about it and I ask myself so many questions that help me get out of that stagnant situation. And so it's been being able to flip that around and not see it as a setback has helped me. Let's see. You're not tired, you're uninspired. Yes, that's one of my favorite quotes. I love that. Absolutely. You're not tired, you're not stuck. It's just nothing has sparked your inspiration. Nothing is moving you forward. You don't have momentum. When you feel like you are stuck, what you are saying is, I have no momentum behind any one thing. Or I have two competing momentums that are keeping me like stuck in the middle and just kind of not moving. So it's change your momentum. You're never stuck. It's just change your momentum. Where's your energy? Where's your focus? I'm pulling from Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. Since I had that beautiful picture in my head about fireflies and light and all the lights coming together, Keepers of the Light seemed like a good fit. And we have Diana. Focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Sounds like it's just reinforcing the messages that just came through from the tarot. Diana, let's see what else her message is. Diana is the Roman moon goddess of the hunt. She is also known as Artemis in Greek mythology, where she has similar attributes. She is often depicted with wild animals around her, and as she is associated with the moon, she connects deeply with the wild beasts that come out at night. She is often seen holding a bow and a quiver of arrows, which signifies her ability to help us focus on a vision. She also helps us tune into our intuitive side so that we can listen to the wisdom that will guide us towards our goal. Intuition, because she's related to the moon, and the moon is a symbol of intuitive abilities. In particular, she encourages women to move into their true power and promote equality for all souls. Here's the message: move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. We started off talking about manifestations with our cards this week because we have all those pinnacles. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages that you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Yeah, I have had night owl tendencies for like 2 weeks now. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. The guidance from your spirit, your guides, Diana herself, or this archetype of energy. I really like that message. Okay, that was Keepers of the Light, giving us some direction. Let's see. There's an offer that came in that feels too good to be true. Should I trust it? This is what I'm hearing in the moment. The better question is not should you trust the offer. The better question is should you trust yourself? Because you are already receiving an intuitive hit and dismissing it because you don't trust your own intuition. This is spirit talking through me. Should you trust yourself? Why don't you trust yourself? Why don't you trust your intuition? Why don't you trust what your intuition is telling you about this situation? That's the question spirit wants you to focus on. It seems too good to be true because you're not used to good things happening for you. Is it too good to be true, or is it at a level that you haven't allowed yourself to accept yet? You'll know. Your intuition will let you know. Those are the questions that spirit is keying up for me to put out for you to consider and work through. Is this too good to be true? Well, what? Spirit is like, you guys, y'all walk around asking for miracles every day. I give you miracles every day. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. I don't care because miracles is my jam. I'll put as many out there as you want. This is spirit talking. I can do miracles all day with my eyes closed and my arms tied behind my back. That doesn't bother me. Nothing is too big. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. And sometimes when you see them, you still don't take them. You still say, oh, that's not for me. That's too good to be true. I must have just made that up. Surely this is not what I think it is. Or is it? And we just haven't moved into a version of ourselves that can accept it for what it is. Life is what you make it. Did you make it too good to be true just so that you could work through some of your fears? Maybe. Maybe it is too good to be true, but maybe this is a chance for you to work through your fears or whatever's going on with you. Or maybe you're stepping into a period where you are actually getting what you deserved and what you ask about, and your brain is just rejecting it momentarily. Work through that. Work through that. Here's a card we have from Oracle of Visions, and it's Little Red Riding Hood. Well, it's a depiction of Little Red Riding Hood with the big old wolf. She doesn't look scared to me. I'm sure this is another message about fear. Let's see what it's about. Card number 30. Danger, fear. Card number 30. Danger and fear. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Helen Keller. In the darkness, our fears feed from us and grow. Our imaginations nourish them and give them form. In return, they can weaken us further or trigger our defenses. This scene, a clear take on Little Red Riding Hood, reinforces the concept that danger may not always be obvious. It may be hidden or disguised, like the big bad wolf dressed as grandma. In some cases, we are utterly fooled or taken by surprise and will suffer the consequences. But very often, we have a sense that all is not right, that something is out of place. Our basic instincts are triggered and our senses are alerted. Is this the time for caution or boldness? Is all as it should be? Is he all that he claims to be? Is the offer too good to be true? Right there in the cards, as soon as I focused on your question and pulled this card, holy shit, Spirit is like on it today. And it ends with a question. So me feeling prompted to ask you to ask yourself those questions and not really coming back with a yes or no with you. And then Spirit having me pull this card with that last question, is the offer too good to be true, which is your exact question, but just leaving it on question. So obviously, whatever this situation is for you, it's not so much about the situation, it's about the processing and the mindset shift that needs to take place as you ask yourself these questions. Is it too good to be true, or am I just not allowing myself to accept the good things in life that I've been asking for? What is this resistance all about? Why am I creating resistance? Why am I letting myself be worried about something that feels like it's too good to be true? Am I trusting my intuition? Maybe I should trust my intuition. All of those questions are questions that Spirit wants you to work through. All right. Believe in your own magic is the next deck. The next card. Universe is the card I pulled, and it says you're all, what does it say? You're all just stardust, card number 31. You're all just stardust. Card number 31 comes under the mermaid card section. Oh, we're all just stardust. When we're children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our own lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn we aren't the center of the universe, but are we specks of stardust. We are but specks of stardust in one of its many skies. However, we must all still do our part to take care of our own individual world. Or else it throws everything else off balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the big picture. Recycle, don't litter, and give thanks. That message is interesting to me because it says we're all connected. You're just a speck in the universe, but that speck is so important in the universe. Tend to your own balance, your own universe, and that helps the entire universe stay in balance. Let's see, what other cards? We got 8 minutes left. Do we have a channel message, a card? Do we still have some questions? It's this morning to this place. Oh, I'm having a hard time pulling a deck. Spirit, which deck? All right. I wasn't going to go to this one till last, but we're going to go to it now. Is the phone call I made this morning, or should I keep looking around for a good fit? That's a question that I feel is also being asked by the collective in more than one way. Is this thing I'm doing, or is this thing I'm contemplating, this project I'm thinking about, maybe the project that I told you it's now a good time to call in helpers. Whatever it is I'm contemplating, am I viewing it correctly is the overall question. Am I approaching this situation correctly? Am I seeing it through the eyes that I should be seeing it? Or is my own wants, desires, lenses coloring it, and I'm not seeing it for what it truly is? Yes and no. How do you want to see it? You get to make up your own reality. 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 I'm going to say this over and over again until it finally sinks in. You get to make up your own reality. You are telling stories about your life all the time, consciously and unconsciously, all the time. All the time you are telling stories about your life. The stories that you tell are creating your reality. The stories that you tell consciously and unconsciously are creating your reality. Are you telling yourself a story that you can't trust your intuition? Are you telling yourself a story that I have to be wary, not all things that look good are good? Are you creating a situation that is bringing you a lesson or an opportunity for growth? Or are you creating a situation that's giving you what you've actually asked for? I don't know, because I don't know what stories you're telling yourself. What stories are you telling yourself about the situation? That will answer your question. What stories am I telling myself about the situation? Because the stories that I'm telling myself about the situation are creating my reality. I'm pulling from affirmations for a badass. Once you fall in love with yourself, their game is over. You can take that card in so many different ways. Once you fall in love with yourself, once you understand your true power, everything else is irrelevant. Their game is over. Now it's my game. I am brave. I am fierce. I can do hard fucking things, even if those hard fucking things involve me taking a closer look at the stories I tell myself and shifting those stories, because it would be far easier to blame the world around me for how I am, for my misaligned life. It would be way easier for me to blame my mama and my daddy for how they raised me, my siblings for how they treat me, society for where I'm located. It would be real easy for me to blame the government for not supporting me. It would be real easy for me to blame my boss for not paying me enough. Oh man, what other things can we name about why our life is the way it is? But it would be real hard for me to take responsibility. Oh, responsibility for the stories that I told myself about my life, and that's why it's creating and manifesting this way. No, I don't want to do that. But guess what? I can do hard fucking things. Maybe that's what you're being called to do right now. Take the path that seems a little bit more uncomfortable so that you can get to the ease and the flow and the comfort that you've been asking for. Do we have to go through pain and suffering to get to the good stuff? No, but I'm pretty sure that's the story that society has been telling us. That's the script that's running in our mind. What story are you telling about your reality? Because that's going to make all the difference. Stop making excuses and just start the fucking thing. And one last card from this deck. It's okay. Mistakes are just proof that you're trying. Don't give up. All right. I think this is going to be our last deck. What do we need to? Ooh, let's wrap up with a message from the unicorn. Oracle of the Unicorns is our last deck. I'm going to put my contact information in one more time. To roll unicorns and coffee. What message do these unicorns have for us today? Spirit. This is interesting. I keep getting 2 cards instead of 1, so I'm going to have to go through these real quick. Oh, the first one is support, which kind of lines up with the 3 of Pentacles. Support. Ask for help. Get more rest. Nurture yourself. So Spirit is saying, okay, we started off with this message. Some of you received it, and then some of you quickly forgot it. So let me wrap it up and tell you one more time before we part ways. This is Spirit. This is what I really want you all to focus on. Feeling tired, burnt out, overwhelmed, or overworked is a call to lighten your load and recharge your batteries. Your energy levels are low, and it's proving counterproductive to getting things done or being there for others. You may feel like you have to do everything yourself, or don't know how to ask for help. I wish I could ask for help, but it's so awkward and uncomfortable for me. A part of you could be addicted to the adrenaline rush of stress and hustle. You may even feel it is a sign of weakness to slow down or that you don't deserve to be nurtured. You have nothing to prove by working yourself too hard or sacrificing yourself by doing everything alone. This winged horse urges you to ask for help, to get more rest, and to be more loving to your body. Schedule in non-negotiable time for naps. Set boundaries around your work hours and make getting a good night's sleep a priority. Hire an assistant or other team members for your business. I can't hire them. Then ask for volunteers. Ask for volunteers. Spend a day at the spa, book in for a massage or other body treatment, or simply take a day off to do nothing. Ask your friends and family for help with your kids or invest in an additional childcare or a nanny if that's your situation. You are worthy of this support. That's your problem. You don't think you're worthy. You are worthy of this support. The extra energy you will have as a result will be worth the time and money you spend to give it to yourself. I know it's 12 o'clock, but we have one last card. Celebration. And it's in front of a full moon. Diana's energy coming through. Celebration, and it says, a positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. Let's see what that card says as we wrap things up here. It's time to celebrate. Your efforts have paid off and good things are on the way to you. The joyful winged unicorn invites you to celebrate even before you see tangible signs of success. Think, feel, and act as if the most wondrous blessings have already been showered upon you. Why? Because Spirit just told you they have. How does it look and feel when you really truly believe in the inevitability of your success? Dance around your house with delight. Let tears of gratitude stream down your cheeks. Celebrate with passion and joy. The higher you take your vibration and emotions now, the faster your desires will be delivered. Once they do take physical form, be sure to celebrate and appreciate them fully. Honor yourself as a powerful creator and a masterful receiver, giving and receiving, and give thanks to the universe. That's your giving and receiving right there. Honor yourself as a powerful creator and a masterful receiver, and give thanks to the universe. Did you hear what we're supposed to give? Time, energy, stress, work, support? No. What do we need to give in order to receive all that we've been asking for? Thanks, gratitude to the universe. That's it. It's all the universe ever asks for us in return. It doesn't ask for our blood, sweat, and tears. It asks for our thanks and our gratitude. That's it. Continue to expand your desires and allow even more good to flow your way. Ride on the waves of your celebration and let your joy activate even more positive outcomes. That's how we activate from that card earlier, by joy. This is a blessed time for you, filled with the energy of success. That is our last message for today. This has been a wonderful moment of receiving and providing messages for this group. Thank you all so much for attending. I hope to see you back next week. I hope you also reach out to me on social media and follow me on the socials and connect with me in other ways in the interim between now and next Monday. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Go out there and manifest, co-create, live the life of your dreams. Thank you all so much.